La ville de Lys, c'est un endroit qui est à la
The town of Lys is on the border between the urban environment and the natural world. The place where I grew up was, how shall I put it, a new town. So there were a lot of young people, a lot of kids, a lot of games and a lot of sports and so on.
Beaucoup d'enfants, beaucoup de jeux, beaucoup de sports.
And so from a young age, I was completely immersed in the atmosphere of sport and games.
Et donc c'est tout ça, j'ai baigné en fait dans une ambiance de sport, de jeu. I think no, because si ça avait été essentiellement...
If freerunning had begun in a completely urban environment, which it didn't, it might have lacked the triggering element, which meant we carried on with it.
On a continué.
Just as if it had been born in a completely natural environment, there wouldn't have been a need for it. If we had lived in a purely urban environment, we might have just sat on benches, sitting there, waiting to play games in places specifically designed for sport. We needed a mixture of buildings and nature to help develop the discipline. The longing to escape, to wander about, to climb trees, was created by the urban environment around us.
Avec un soupçon de nature, d'envie de s'évader, de courir, de gambader, de grimper dans les arbres, avec le côté urbanisme ou avec le côté urbanisme. Le freerun a toujours existé. Le freerun a toujours été là. La différence c'est que
freerunning has always existed. Freerunning has always been there. The thing is that no one gave it a name. We didn't put it in a box. It's really an ancient art.
C'est vraiment un art originel. C'est-à-dire que je pense que même au temps de...
I think that in Neanderthal times, to hunt, to chase, or to move around, they had to practice the freerun.
Pour se déplacer, ils étaient obligés de pratiquer le freerun. You understand? Le freerun, c'est quelque chose que...
Freerunning is something which is, how shall I put it, blossoming, which is in the process of growing. I'm just the guide. But anyone can contribute to the development of the discipline. This means that it's something which has existed for a long time, and we have revamped it. And, because it is also an art, each person brings his or her own individuality to the discipline.
Sa touche personnelle à la discipline. It depends the spirit and the body. Certaines personnes naissent avec des qualités.
Certain people are born with physical abilities. Others have great mental strength. We are all equal on earth, but in certain ways we are all different.
Mais pour certaines choses, on est quand même différent.
Freerunning is there to help each person on his or her road to development. But human beings aren't all born with the same skills. Certain people are scared of emptiness. Some people have strength in their arms, others don't. These are the ways in which each freerunner is different.
Chaque freerunner sont différents. On a appelé le freerun, on a donné le nom à notre discipline freerun.
We gave the name freerunning to this discipline because, although it was already called parkour, people didn't really understand the meaning of our activity.
Le sens de notre discipline.
But when one says freerunning, people understand. The word free and the word run are combined in one single word and the message gets through.
Le message passe.
There's a lot of argument about it, but the important thing isn't the word. It's the discipline.
Ce n'est pas le mot, c'est la discipline. Tout ce qui m'intéresse, c'est le dépassement.
It is the surpassing oneself that really interests me, the psychological aspect. The physical part for me isn't so important because whatever you do, what goes up must come down. Some days you can do something very physically demanding and the next day you can't. On the other hand, what you learn psychologically, that stays, whether you are young or old.
Qu'on soit jeune ou qu'on soit vieux. After the jump or the movement,
After the jump, you're in a state of, well, you feel a surge. I don't know how to explain it. It's the happiness of creating something and doing it well. It's a sense of accomplishment. You've succeeded in everything you've planned. It's difficult to explain. There is a sense of achievement. The thing is that you have succeeded. What you have imagined, what you have thought, what you have calculated, it's happened. You've succeeded. Once you get up, well, it feels great. That's exactly what happens after a movement, after a jump. You can see it on their face. You can see joy. When you start out, that's how it is. I feel great. In my mind, I'm walking tall. I've succeeded. I'm capable. I'm able to do this thing.